The corner, the corner, the corner.
Hey, welcome. Come on into Cousin Ed's Corner. This podcast is where you'll find real, authentic conversation, organic conversation, unscripted, unfiltered conversation, like you're home with your cousin. It's all about life. It's about finance. It's about spirituality. It's about love and everything in between. I'm your host, Cousin Ed. I'm excited to bring you along on this journey. So sit back and listen in as we dive into a wide range of topics. I have some diverse guests coming on with an array of thoughts and opinions. My goal is to create a space all for us to connect and communicate. It's not really about me. It's about the community as a whole. Let's enjoy it. Let's sit back. Let's think about our past. Let's move into our future. It's about
The corner, the corner, the corner. So no matter how you cut it or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you a piece of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of Cousin Ed's Corner. The corner, the corner, the corner. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your boy. We back. We back with another one. Cousin Ed's Corner. And it's kind of like a motivational Monday. I think it's going to be a corner connect. So this is Cousin Ed's Corner, the corner connection. Because I made a great connection yesterday and I wanted to talk about it today on this show. So hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Hopefully everybody enjoyed themselves, stayed safe, was able to enjoy friends, family, and loved ones. I know I did. Had a great weekend. And really, I didn't do anything really, to tell the truth. Volleyball. And hung out for a quick minute. And that's it. Yeah, nothing really. But hopefully y'all did too. Hopefully y'all enjoyed yourself. Today's show came up from a conversation I had yesterday, and gentleman I met. So those who follow Cousin Ed's Corner know that Cousin Ed likes to do his coffee on Sunday morning, likes to go meditate on Sunday morning at the lake or at the park, at somewhere, right? This is some time away, coffee shop. So I was going to QT, one of my favorite coffee spots, to grab my coffee on my way to the lake, and I'm inside there. And I got some content that I'm putting together about the robots, right? The autonomous robots that clean QT. And I was recording it, and a gentleman walked in, full army fatigues, and struck up a conversation. So that's what today's show about. The conversation we had, great conversation with this gentleman, and it was eye-opening for both of us, right? I say both of us, but he led the conversation. I started the conversation, and he said that, see, they got these robots in here because we don't want to work. Now I'm gonna send this to him, and everything I say is 1,000, right? But I stood my ground, or I wanted to tell him it wasn't only about us not working, right? I wanted the narrative that's being painted in television, media, today, to me, is somewhat of the wrong narrative, right? Now, I would say somebody may not want to come in a store and mop. They think they're above mopping stores, mopping floors. He mentioned that Colin Powell, when he first got in service, he used to be, a janitor, right? He used to mop and everything else, right? It's one of the most humbling things to clean up behind others, right? I've had a cleaning company in one of my previous Haymon years, and I know how humbling it is to have people that disregard what you're doing and just drop stuff or leave stuff to say, hey, I know, okay. But we were talking about how nobody wants to do their job, and what myself being in technology, I had to somewhat give my opinion on the whole premise behind it. And it's not that somebody doesn't want to do the job. It is innovation in moving work, right? Why would I pay to have two people? And this is one thing he talked about. He worked at QT previously, and they had one person working, and you had to do everything in the store. You had to register. This is nighttime work, overnight. You had to do the register. You had to clean up. You had to restock, mop, all that stuff. Why would I pay for somebody else to come in when I know one person could probably get it done? The retailer is the one that could pay for another person to come in and make sure the store is clean, mopping the store, to do it in the daytime, make sure outside is good. It's the retailer who wants to save money. It's not the employee that doesn't want to be there. It's the retailer trying to save money. There is a engineer somewhere thinking about, how can I solve this problem, right? The engineer walked in the store and saw somebody mopping, like, you know what? That robo vacuum that I made 5 years ago, I could put some water under it. I could put a vacuum to it, and it can mop the floor. So it's innovation. It's not really the worker all the time that did not want to work. It's the innovation behind the change. So I wanted to just let him know that, and he's like, okay, I can see that. So the conversation stemmed from there, and we was like, yeah, I'm from New York, and I'm like, yo, listen, where I grew up at, if you look at old footage and old pictures, it used to be, you might know Flatbush, big up Flatbush. Flatbush used to have rail cars going down the street, right? Before that, they had horse and buggies, right? But the horse and buggy had to transform into the rail car, right? The rail car had to transform into Ford's T1, T-model, whatever car. Now we have self-autonomous cars driving up the same roads. It's not the horse said, I want to stop working, right? The horse didn't say that. The rail car person didn't say, I want to stop working. I don't want to come to work today. It was an innovation behind technology, which allows us to move forward in opening up new jobs, right? So now you have a gas station there where somebody's pumping your gas, right? Or the blacksmith changed his career to be a metal refinery where he can service the Charlie cars, and it's all kind of innovation. So our next generation has to figure out the next innovation, right? So I know that I'm not gonna be mopping floors. What am I gonna be doing in QT? Maybe I'm gonna be repairing the pumps. Maybe I'm gonna be stocking the shelves. Maybe I'm gonna be cleaning the windows, right? Until they figure that out. But our next generation has to figure out what is next. Or you will be the Blockbusters, or you would be the blacksmith, or you got to figure out what's next. So as the conversation went on, and we're still talking, great dude, right? He's full fatigues, right? And I could see Army, and I'm like, thank you for your service. He was like, in some way in the conversation, I'm not saying it was in this order, but somewhere he says he's also PD, not PD. Police department. I ain't gonna tell you what brand, what place down here, but he's part of PD, right? And I'm like, man, I guess I'm gonna give it away in a minute, but this week was a hard week for that department. One of their own lost his life Friday, a matter of fact, I believe. And I'm like, man, I salute you, brother, for all you done in service, but also all you do every day. And I thank you and your fellow colleagues for what y'all do. I said, we have problems with the good ones, the bad ones, or whatever, but we thank y'all. He said, all I try to do is help people. That's all he ever wanted to do. He was an MP, military police. He came out and he is also a police officer. And all he wants to do is help. So I wanted to come full circle with this story and salute. Last week I saluted everybody in the schoolhouses and everything else. And I know it's hard understanding, even for myself, some of the things that go on with our police departments, our law enforcement, and how many of them, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, how many of them do not understand they are here to serve and protect, and sometimes their oath of office is not followed and conveyed in the way that is conducive to the public, right? That code of blue is sometimes, bigger than the public. But I will say there are a lot of great officers out here. And a man I met yesterday, from that short brief time, seems like a great gentleman. So I'm hoping to have him on the show one day, but I want to salute all of the people who will run into a building when we run in the other direction. Firefighters, policemen, soldiers, right? Those are the ones that when we need them, they come calling. May not like everything they do, may not like everything about them, but they come calling. All right? So, wanted to salute him on that and salute all his colleagues. And I really hate for anyone to lose their life, but to lose your life in the line of duty when you're trying to serve and protect definitely is not what you signed up for. So, kind of wanted to end it on that. I hate to end it on a down note, but I wanted to also honor his colleague who passed, and continue prayers for their families out there. So, 2 stories in one. One was the one about technology and the changing times. I might do more on that. Might touch it a little further, but I definitely wanted to send my condolences to all police departments that have lost someone, and definitely the young man that I met this weekend. So, it's your boy Cousin Ed. I love each and every one of y'all. Hey, please send in your prayers to any fallen soldier, any fallen veteran, any fallen serviceman, right? Or woman, right? Law enforcement, firefighters, all of them. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Peace. Thank you for listening to Cousin Ed.